Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So today is Saturday. It is 9th of May. It is Trivikrama Masa or Jyeshta Masa. Krishna Paksham Saptami Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events in the calendar. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Muni is glorifying Varaha Bhagavan. Our Lord is preparing himself to jump into the Garbhodaka ocean to lift the earth. So now Lord is entering in a very force. He is diving with a force into the ocean. During that time, the big gigantic waves were splashed, and it is appearing like a Lord is splitting the ocean into two, and the ocean is appearing so with the two big waves appearing, just lifting the arms, and then my dear Lord, please protect, don't pierce me, cut me into two. Likewise, it is appearing like that. Savajraputanka nipata vega visidna kukshihi yennu dhanvan Usrusta dirgormi bhujirivartaha chukrosha igneshwara pahimeti. So this is how the ocean is being compared. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tadabhayam pasya yatra mutyu parasparam. Just like Uttara prays to this Krishna to protect her baby. Similarly, the ocean is also just saying Igneshwara Pahimiti. So within that sequence, further Maitreya Muni is extending that description that Lord by the hose, they are very sharp hose. And then he has pierced the Garbhodaka ocean and entered into the Garbhodaka ocean, and he went until the depths of the ocean, which is unlimited. Garbhodaka ocean is unlimited. So in the in our Goloka chat, if we look at here, our earth is this is universe. Universe is covering with the 7 layers of earth, water, fire. These are the layers which is different from the earth which we live in. These are the circles outside the universe. And within this universe, we have got the Garbhodaka ocean. Within this Garbhodaka ocean, there is Earth, the 14 planetary systems. They are situated. So in a pictorial representation, so it is coming here. This is Garbhodaka ocean. So within this Garbhodaka ocean, the gigantic, there is a Kurma, Adi Kurma. On top of Adi Kurma, the Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shesha is lifting all the planetary systems on top of his head. So here, Adishesha is very big, but for saying that Bhumandala, it is just mentioned small, but actually Adishesha means the entire Bhumandala, it is like a mustard seed on top of his head. But for pictorial representation, it is described like that. Okay, so coming back to here, so he has went into the depths of the Garbhodaka ocean, and there he has seen the earth, which is the base for all other living entities, Jivadani, and then he has personally lifted the earth with his tusks and lifted it. Likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 13, verse number 30. कुरैः क्षुरपैः दर्यं तदाप उत्पारपारं त्रिपुरूरसायां ददर्शकां तत्र सुसुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयमभ्यदत्त. Kuraihi is by his hooves. By his hooves, they are very sharp. Or the legs are by hooves. Kshurupraihi, they're compared to the sharp weapon. Kshurupraihi. Kshura is the scissors. Kshurupraihi. So they are very compared to sharp weapons. Kshurupraihi. Dharyam Stadapa, penetrating into the Garbhodaka ocean. Dharayan Tad Apaha, into that water, Garbhodaka water. Utparaparam Tripururasayam. Utparaparam, found the limitations of the unlimited Garbhodaka ocean. And Tripuru, the master of all sacrifices, Rasayam, within the water. Dadarshagam Tatra, so he found the earth there. Dadarshagam Tatra, Susupsuhu Agre, and it is lying in the bottom of the universe. Agre, in the beginning. Yam Jivadanim Swayam Abhyadatta, Yam and Yam Jivadanim, and whom the earth is the resting place for all living entities. Jivadhanim Swayam Abhyadatta, personally he has uplifted the earth. So this earth, it is described every layer. So this is Bhumandala is here, and outside the circles of this thing, every circle is 10. If it is 1 centimeter of this circle, and the next circle is the 10 centimeters, next one is the 100 centimeters, 1000 centimeters, like that, it goes multiplies by 10. So if I go to the outside circle, it goes around 10 zeros, 10 or 1 crore centimeters is bigger than the lower earth layer. And within this one, within these layers, the universe, our earth is just like a small seed. Earth is just like a small seed. That one we have gone through those descriptions. Earth is appearing like a small seed. And that seed, that is earth, which is holding on the head of the Ananta Sesha, where in the Garbhodaka ocean, this is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who is lying in the Garbhodaka ocean. The ocean is half filled within this universe. Garbhodaka. This we do not have, it is not possible for us to see it. And within this one, Earth planet is there, and on the there are so many other. The Bhumandala contains. Again, it contains there are 7 islands and then 7 oceans. 7 islands and 7 oceans. In the middle island is called Jambudvipa. Within the Jambudvipa, there is a Meru mountain. That one also it is there in the picture somewhere here. So that Jambudvipa, within the Jambudvipa, again that it is divided into 9 varshas. So this is the Bhumandala. Is this the circles? Different circles are here. The circles are, one circle is earth, one circle is ocean, one circle is earth, one circle is one Dvipa, and another circle is the. So these oceans are ocean of salt water, ocean of sugarcane juice, ocean of liquor, ocean of this is liquid ghee, ocean of milk, ocean of churned yogurt, and on the ocean of tasteful water. These are the 7 oceans. Now our Jumbo Dvipa is surrounded by the salt water, which is our Dvipa, Jumbo Dvipa, again, which is divided into 9 varshas. So those 9 varshas, there are like a Kim Purusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha, and Ilavrita Varsha, Ketumala Varsha. There are other names are there, can't see properly. But in the middle, which one is called Ilavrita Varsha, where this Mount Meru is there, that is the center of the universe. That is the center of the universe. So here everything is based on, we are based on the Earth planetary system. So here based on the Sumeru mountain, we make everything else as the relative, the sun, moon, and those movements and planet systems as the relative to the Bhumandala. If we go to the some other planet, for example, the moon, there we make the moon as the base and we see all other planets as a in a different relative way. It is a relativity. Sometimes we may, it is not particularly the sun is positioned this way, moon is positioned this way. We cannot say that one. But here, as per the Bhumandala, we make sure that this is how the planetary systems exist. But science maybe modern science, it may put different angles. It does not have any meaning to devotees. Okay, because it does not give any solutions to the birth, old age, disease, and death. It will not protect the people, subjects from the anxieties. It always disturbs the modern science. It always gives the anxious and disturbances to the peaceful life of the human being. Okay, so here, Varaha Bhagavan, he has found that at under the bottom of the Garbhodaka ocean, and which is the At is the Yam Jivadanim Swayam Abhirata. He has personally lifted. कुरैः क्षुरप्रैः धैर्यं तताप उत्पारपारं त्रिपुररसायां ददर्शगां तत्र सुसुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवदानीं स्वयमभ्यदत्त. So translation. So Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hooves, which were like sharp arrows, and found the limits of the ocean. Although it was unlimited, he saw the earth, the resting place for all living beings, lying as it was in the beginning of the creation, and he personally lifted it. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lalita Mataji, would you like to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances, all words to Srila Prabhupada. The word rasayam is sometimes interpreted to mean rasatala. Sorry, Prabhuji, rasatala, the lowest planetary system, but that is not applicable in this connection. According to the Vishwanatha Chakrabarti Thakur, the earth is 7 times superior to the other planetary systems, namely Tala, Atala, Talatala, Vitala, Rasatala, Patala, etc. Therefore, the earth can't be situated in the Rasatala planetary system. It is described in the Vishnu Dharma. Patala Muleshwara Bhoga Samhutau sorry Prabhuji, Vinyasaya Pado Prithvim cha Vibhagataha Yesho Pamanona Babu so Chutho Mamastu Mangalya Vivruddhye Harihi. Harihi Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhuji. I was so sorry. Therefore, the Lord found the earth on the bottom of the Garbhodaka Sai, where the planets rest during the devastation at the end of the Brahma's day. Sorry, Prabhuji, I made mistakes for reading this sloka. Sorry, really.
No, Mataji, you did very nicely, Mataji. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so here Prabhupada is mentioning about highlighting something about Rasatala. Rasatala is one of the planet where again we have seen. I think there is a. It is like a bottom planetary system. So let us just go and see planetary system. So this is the planetary systems where so look at the three planetary systems. Let me just so similar down where we see this Rasatala planets. Sarga Bholoka. So universe is divided into 14 planet systems, 7 planet systems called Bhur, Bhuvar, Swar, Mahar, Janaha, Tapaha, and Satyaha are upward planet systems and one above other. There are also 7 planet systems downward known as Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. So gradually one below the other. In this universe, the description begins from the bottom because it is in the line of devotion that the Lord's bodily description should begin from his feet. So these all 14 planet systems situated within the Virata form of the Lord. So Sukadeva Goswami explained elaborately in the second canto that we have already read and passed through all these descriptions. So here these are, so here if we look at the Bhumandala here, it is the middle part and Rasatala comes in the very bottom. So here it is a 1 million times bigger than Earth planetary system is 1 million times bigger than the Rasatala because every planet is 10 times bigger than the lower planet. In such a way, it is sixth bottom. That means 1 million times bigger than the Rasatala. So that means it is not possible what that Earth can be uh, going into the Rasatala like that Prabhupada is explaining. And here within this one, in Rasatala, what is existing in the Rasatala? It is mentioned again, that distance is also given below the Earth, 70,000 yojanas are the 7 lower planetary systems. Demons and Rakshasas live in the lower planet systems with their wives and children, always engaged in sense gratification and not fearing their next births. Yeah, that is the bottom planetary systems. There it is. Below Mahatala is Rasatala and below is that Patala, where serpent Vaski lies with his associates. And some description of the lower subterranean planetary systems. Rasatala, what it contains is beneath Mahatala is Rasatala, which is abode of the demoniac sons of Diti and Danu. They're called Panis or Nivata Kavachas, Kalayas, and Hiranyapuravasis, those living in the Hiranyapura. They're all enemies of the demigods and they reside in the holes like snakes. From birth, they are extremely powerful and cruel, And although they are proud of their strength, they are always defeated by the Sudarshan Chakra of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules all the planet systems. When a female messenger from Indra named Sarma chants a particular curse, the serpentine demons of the Mahatala become very afraid of Indra. Okay, so that is some information about Rasatala. Okay, you could find them in the ISKCON Truth. Okay, so that is about Rasatala. So coming back here. Okay. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur he was mentioning it might be, but actually that is not applicable in this connection. So the Earth is 7 times superior to the other planetary systems, namely Tala, Atala, Vitala, Sudala, Tala, Tala, Rasa, Tala, Patala. Therefore, Earth cannot be situated in the Rasa Tala planet. And in this shloka again, पाताल मूलेश्वर भोग संहतो विन्यस्य पादो पृथ्वीं च बिभ्रतः यस्योपमानो न बभूवसो अच्युतो ममास्तु मांगल्य विवृद्धये हरिः ममास्तु मांगल्य विवृद्धये हरिः पाताल मूलेश्वर भोग संहतो. And in the beginning we have see that मृणालगौरायित शेषभोग पर्यङ्कयेकं पुरुषं शयानं पनातपात्रायितमुद्धरत्न द्युपिह्यतद्भान्तयुगान्ततो ये. On the bottom of the universe, Anantashesha, he lies within the Garbhodak ocean. On top of his head, all the jewels are glowing. And on the top of Adishesha, Lord is lying. So that one we see those descriptions. But Earth is situated on top of his head, as we see in this one, Anantasesha. Again, this Bhumandala is balanced by the four elephants. They have got the names as well: Kumuda, Pundarika, and Atravana, Vamana. These are the elephant names. They are balancing the Bhumandala. Okay, so that is a few descriptions of the Bhumandala. And Varaha Bhagavan has lifted on his tusks that Bhumandala. That means he is very gigantic. His form is gigantic. Okay, so that's all from this descriptions of the purport. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is describing Kureihi Chiruprehi Daryam Satapa Utparaparam Tripuru Rasayam Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre Yam Jivadanim Swaimabhyadatta. Can you request the devotees to follow line by line for the recitation, please? Kuraihi Kshurupraihi Daryam Tadapa
Kuraihi Shurapraihi Dharyam Tadapa
Utparaparam Tripururasayam
Utparaparam Tripurasayam
Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre
Dadarshagam Tatra Susadre
Yam Jivadhanim Swaimabhyadatta.
Yam Jivadhanim Swayam Yadatta
Again. Kuraihi Kshurupraihi Dharyam Satapa
Kuraihi Shurapraihi Dharyam Tadapa
Utparaparam Tripururasayam
Utparapalam Tripurasayam
Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre
Dadarshagam Tatra Susadre
Yam Jivadhanim Swaimabhyadatta.
Yam Jivadhanim Swayam Yadatta
खुरैः क्षुरप्रैः दर्यं सदाप
पुरैः
शूरप्रैः दर्यं सदाप
उत्पारपारं त्रिपुरुरसायाम्
उत्पादपारं
त्रिपुरसायं
त्रिपुरसायं
ददर्शगां तत्र सुषुप्सुरग्रे
ददर्शगां तत्र
सुषुप्सुरग्रे
यां जीवधानीं स्वयमभ्यदत्त
यां जीवधानीं स्वयम् अभ्यदत्त।
Very good. Okay, can you repeat the verses? Take it and recite. Usha Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. I will try Prabhu for this. Thank you. Kureihi kshura pedavyam stadapa utpara param tripuru rasayam dadarshagam tatra susupsuragre yam jivadanim swayamapyatatta.
Very good.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Thank you,
Professor.
Mataji. Meena Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Just Kurikshurapedrayasta tadapa utparaparam tripururashayam dadarshagantatra sasaptasurangre yam jivadhani swayam apyatatra. Very Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kuraiha Kursura Pradarayam Stadadapa Tatpara Param Tiruparasayam Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre Yam Jivadhanim Samabhyadhatta. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Want to do it again, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Kureiha Kurak
Shurapraihi.
Kudaiha Churapradaira Drayam Tadapa Kuraiha Kura Pradairayam Tadapa Utpara Param Triparurasayam Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragri Yam Jivadhanim Swayam Bhyadatta. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Sorry Prabhuji, again I cannot recite first line.
You did very nice, Mataji. This is Kuraihi Kshurapraihi. Kuraihi Kshurapraihi Daryam Stadapa. Kuraihi Kshurapraihi. Kshura is the knife that a barber uses. Kshura, it is very sharp. Kshurapraihi. Likewise, the hooves are being compared. Varahadev Bhagavan, the hooves. Kuraihi Kshurapraihi Daryam Sadapa. Utparaparam Tripururasayam. Can you request next Jai Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. I'll try Prabhuji as well. Kureihi kshuraprairadharyam stadapa utparaparam tripururasayam dadarshagam tatra sushupsuragre yam jivadhanim swayam abhyathatta. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kuraihi kshurapraihi
प्रैः दर्यं स तदाप उत्तापरापरं त्रिपुरारसायं ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुराग्रे यं जीवादानीं स्वयं व्यदत्ता. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Date again, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji. पुरैः क्षुरप्रैः दर्यं स तदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपुरारसायं ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुराग्रे यं जीवदानीं स्वयं व्यादत्ताम्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Sanchita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. खुरैः शूरप्रैः दरायं सता तदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपरुरसायां ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयमभ्यधत्ता.
Very beautiful. Would you like to read the translation, Mataji?
Yep. Right one.
You want to tell Mataji? Yes, Mataji.
खुरेः शुरप्रेदरयास्तदाप उत्पादपारं त्रिपुरुरसायं ददर्शङ्गातत्र सुसप्तसुरग्रे यां जीवदानीं स्वयम् अभ्यधत्त.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else wanted to try it again?
Prabhuji, I will try Prabhuji answer it.
Yes, Mataji.
सुरैः क्षुरप्रैः दर्यं तदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपुररसायं ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुराग्रे यं जीवदानीं स्वयं व्यदत्ता. हरे कृष्ण.
Nice. Swayamabhyadatta. Yeah. Mabhyadatta. Like when we combine that one, it will come nice sound. Swayamabhyadatta.
स्वयं व्यदत्ता. Okay, Prabhuji. स्वयं.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
स्वयं.
Anyone else wanted to try?
May I try Prabhuji again, please?
Yes, Mataji.
खुरैः क्षुरप्रैः दर्यंस्तदाप उत्पारपारं त्रिपरुरसायं ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयमभ्यधत्त.
Very
I
beautiful.
think I
Very,
made one mistake.
very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else want to go? Okay.
Hare Krishna. May I try Bhagavatam?
Yes, Mataji. Please.
खुरैः क्षुरप्रदैः सर्वक्षु खुरैः क्षुरप्रेदयस्य तदाप उत्पारपारं त्रिपुररसाय ददर्श गां तत्र सुसुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवदानीं स्वयमाभ्यधत्त.
Very beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Quite on.
Prabhu.
Thank you, Lily. Beautiful.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. May I try Prabhuji again?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, please.
खुरैः खुराप्रायैर् दरयां तदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपुरुरसायं ददर्श गं तत्र सुसुप्सुराग्रे यं जीवधानीं समभ्यदत्ता. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Sanchita Mataji, you wanted to go again?
Actually,
Kuraihi Shuraprehi Darayam Satadapa Utparaparam Triparurasayam Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre Yam Jivadhanim Swamabhyadatta. Right.
Going to try in a different tune as well, Mataji, another tune as well.
I have to practice that, but I haven't, so it will not come naturally.
Give a try, Mataji.
Kuraihi Shuraprehi Darayam Satadapa Utparaparam Triparurasayam Dadarshagam Tatra Susupsuragre Yam Jivadhanim Swayamabhyadhatta.
So beautiful, very nice, Mataji. Excellent. And then, would you like to read the translation as well, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhu. Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hooves, which were like sharp arrows, and found the limits of the ocean, although it was unlimited. He saw the earth, the resting place of all living animals, lying as it was in the beginning of the creation, and he personally lifted it. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.
Prabhu, just a question. Like yesterday, we were discussing that Maitreya Muni, he has clubbed the two pastimes together. So, can you just put in the translation only? So he says personally he. Can you just go to the translation only? Yeah, lying. All livings lying as it was in the beginning of the creation, and he personally lifted it. So it doesn't like cover that part, like no, Hiranyaksha had like put it under the water. It just says it was lying.
That comes in the next part, next slok.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow, that one we would see here. So here,
I'll miss that. Sundays I have to go early to the temple. I miss it.
Maitreya Muni amalgamated both the both incarnations in different incarnations. This is Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur suggest, but Prabhupada did not put any comment on it. Prabhupada was referring to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So sometimes Prabhupada's purports did not come. Prabhupada is not giving conclusion there. He mentions about the previous acharyas straight away. Their opinion is like that. And he does not say that even Maitreya Muni is not like something like Prabhupada also does not say that. Just give the previous acharya's comments. We keep ourselves aloof from this kind of doubts.
Yeah, it's it's a good approach, something to learn, Prabhu. Yeah, definitely, because uh, we did not know this part, because we like in our childhood also, when we heard about these two incidents separately, but here through Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam, we are learning like they are clubbed together. So there was a bit of confusion, but Prabhupada here, he thinks it's better to Guru Sadhu and Shastra as it is in the Shastra. So he's just quoting it as it is, and he's in the usual ones he gives his own opinion and commentary, but here, because this is a bit complicated, so he just leaves it to the acharya's commentary. Yep, there's something point to be noted here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. It is tomorrow's shloka. Maybe you can take this translation for about as well, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. I'll miss it anyway. So thank you so much. Lord Boar very easily took the earth on his task and got it out of the water. Thus he appeared very splendid. Then his anger, glowing like the Sudarshan wheel, he immediately killed the demon Hiranyaksha, although he tried to fight with the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Vedic literature describes the incarnation of Varaha Boar in two different devastations, namely the uh, Chakshusha devastation and the Swayambhuva devastation. This particular appearance of the boar incarnation actually took place in the Swayambhuva devastation, when all planets other than the higher ones, Jana, Mahar and Satya, merged in the water of devastation. This particular incarnation of the boar was seen by the inhabitants of the planets mentioned above. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti suggests that the sage Maitri amalgamated both the boar incarnations in different devastations and summarized them in his description to Vidura. Okay, yeah. So in the Swayambhuva, just to clarify quickly, Prabhu, in the Swayambhuva devastation, it says these were merged in the water of devastation. So this were and merged just like that, Prabhu, or I mean,
So,
so which one was the Hiranyaksha one? Chakshusha.
so Hiranyaksha is, yes, Chakshusha Manvantara.
Chakshusha. So this one he threw it, but the other one, Swayambhuva devastation, did it like how was it under the water?
It is the devastation at the end of the millennium, normal.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Now that makes sense. Yeah. Right.
When Brahma was engaged in the creation, so this earth has gone into the waters. So out of these 14 planet systems, so Janaha, Tapaha, Satyinivasinaste. Those above the Maharloka planets, they are staying as they are. But bottom ones, Bhuvar, Suvarloka, up to that point, it was submerged in the waters. So there we see for 36,000 years of time, there will be a fire emanating from the mouth of Anantasesha. It will keep burning and burning. And later, similar kind of period, there will be a pouring of rains again for a very long time. At the time, this devastation takes place. That is usual end of millennium devastations.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the reason Earth was underwater, so that it doesn't get during the dissolution. It does not have to face the fire and the torrential rain.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like a protection. So because the Chakshusha was like it was done purposely by Hiranyaksha, but Swayambhuva was for protection only for like of the earth planet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving the opportunity to do the next one.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, and we got Hanma Mataji joined. Hare Krishna Mataji wanted to also try to recite the Shloka Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everybody. Which one is it, Prabhuji? This one?
Yes, Mataji.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji.
You want me to recite once, Mataji? You want to follow?
Yes, please, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Kuraiः चुरप्रैः दर्यं सदाप उत्पारपारं त्रिपुरूरसायं ददर्शगां तत्र ससुत्सुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयमभ्यदत्तम्.
गुरैः शुरापेरुदरायं तदपा उत्परापरं त्रिपरुरसायं दर्दसागं तत्र शुशुष्पुर अग्रे यं जीवधानीं स्वयम् अभ्यदत्ता. Hare Krishna.
Sanchita Mataji, would you like to recite in the singing tune, Mataji? So, Hanma Mataji also follow behind.
Prabhu today just picked me up. My Prabhu, I mean Usha Mataji, Meena Mataji, they do it so nicely. I forgot the tune only already. I'm just
Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, did you? Sorry, I was just going from one room. Did you ask me something?
No, Mataji. I request Sanchita Mataji.
Okay, yes,
You
sorry about
picked up on me today for the tune, Mataji. So you say, खुरैः सुरप्रैः दरायं सतदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपरुरसायां ददर्श गां तत्र सुषुप्सुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयमाभ्यधत्त.
Very nice. And Mataji, would you like to follow?
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Gureha shurapir darayam tad apa utpara param tri paru rasayam dadarsagam tatra sushuspuragre yam jivadanim swayam abhyadatta. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, today letter to Tamala Krishna, April 25th, 1971. Okay. And Mataji, would you like to read this letter, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Sure, Prabhuji. My dear Tamala Krishna, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your two letters, both dated 22nd April 1971, and have noted the contents carefully. Also, I have received a telegram acknowledging receipt of the second check for 9,700. So far as the power of attorney requested by you that I have already sent, and you should have received it by now. I have already informed you that if Mohata's house is available completely vacated, then immediately we can purchase paying cash down. If it is not available completely vacated, then let us occupy the first and second floors as tenants. If that also is not possible, then you can enter into agreement with the son of Leela Mohan Singh Roy for leasing the flat for 1 year from the month of May. So far Mohata's house is concerned, we shall try to purchase it when it is completely vacated. In the meantime, if they want to sell, we can make agreement and make a reasonable advance. My passport is required immediately. If the new one is not ready, then immediately send the old one. I am leaving for Kuala Lumpur this Friday, the 30th April, and so I must have it, otherwise my journey will be cancelled. Syamasundara has already advised about this by telephone call. The visa problem is also almost urgent. If we cannot stay in India, what is the use of purchasing a house and taking so much risk? I have already sent central bank a letter to change my book fund to ISKCON book fund, but they have not replied. So you can send the money to the original book fund account number 14538, Central Bank of India, Gowalia Tank Road branch, Warden Court, 7981 Gowalia Tank Road, Bombay 26. So far as the Gorakhpur situation, I am writing to Vasana DL Chopra about this. Yes, Revati Nanda and Madhu Dvisa Swami will go there just as soon as you send money for their passage, and they will take the marble deities with them also, and I shall be going there also by 13th via Kuala Lumpur and Sydney. For the throne design, you will have to write Gurudasa in Delhi, care of S.K. Joshi, 4A Kamala Nagar, about it. There is no such photo here. You have got idea of the length and breadth of the throne already. It should be as you have done in Gorakhpur. There is so little money in the building account. This means it has been spent for eating and sleeping. If there are no funds in the building account, how you can expect to purchase a building? I understand that there are so many members there. If there is no money in the building fund, where has the money gone? Whenever any money is there, transfer it to the building fund, and henceforward all collections should be sent. Hoping this will meet you in good health, your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Can you take your point, Mataji? Just bullet points. No need. It's just many of these are administrative activities.
Yes, mostly admin activities, and they are mostly concerned about they are planning to buy a house. So he is telling them the plan, telling how they would like to, if it is completely vacated, then only they are going to buy it, otherwise they have other plans for it, like. And then he is also requiring his passport, because he will be soon going to Kuala Lumpur. And also about some bank account, like he has changed the name to ISKCON Book Fund, and what the progress is on that. And regarding the deity and the throne as well, he has given him advice regarding how the throne should be. And he is also bit concerned about the building fund, because I think he was expecting there to be some amount of money for the building, but then they have realized that they don't have any money in there. And he is raising his concerns regarding that. And that's all, Prabhuji, in letter. Mostly all admin, as you have mentioned. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, devotees? Mr. Mataji, want to add anything?
No, Prabhu. Hangma Mataji has very nicely summarized. It's basically admin letter. And the first part we had done last week also, regarding the house, Prabhupada gave instructions how to do it. And then later, some instructions how to execute certain things. Only the fund, Prabhupada is worried about the fund. So actually, from this letter, we can see that so many different things are going on in different parts of India, and I mean, just if you try to contemplate on that, I mean, he's in one place giving lectures, doing things, advising, and then going all over the different places in India, and he's like the because India is new for these foreign devotees, right? So the problems they're facing, and then writing them letters in so much detail what to do. When we try to understand this, like it's things beyond human, like to do that. And also he was upset that they have not been able to handle the funds properly, because without fund you cannot purchase a building. So accountability was a thing here, and maybe there were too many devotees, and nobody was appointed as a treasurer or anything, because we have seen in USA when the movement was there, Prabhupada had himself appointed a treasurer. So they used to keep, like, even Prabhupada, if he used to take a tube, some money, then also he used to write that I have taken such and such dollars for the, like, even if it's $2, he would ask them to keep account. But here, because the movement was scattering, like in different parts, so maybe he was not personally able to advise them, and this happened, so he was not happy about it. Just I wanted to add that point. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have a Bhagavad Gita session at 7 p.m. And one update is so devotees, like the youth, the children of the devotees, they're going to recite one shloka and then translation and purport. That's all. and then give 1-2 statements, reflect, read, recite, read, and reflect in a 2 to 3 bullet points. That's it. They don't have to give much description. So that is starting today. We have discussed this one early in the week. So it is today starting from Jai Mataji's son Vishwa. He's going to recite shloka, read translation and purport, and then 2 to 3 bullet points. His understanding. Okay. That is going to start. It is just only 7 minutes to. It is limited, and then they can just come and then do that one, recite, read, and then reflect, and then that's it. They can leave as they wanted. If they can stay if they want. Okay, it is a youth kind of presentation.
And that's a very nice endeavor, Prabhu. Well done for discussion and starting that. Yeah.
I totally agree. It's such a lovely thing to do, though I don't think Vishwa is the right person to start with because someone needs to set a good example. But we'll see anyway. I got no idea. It's a last minute, leaves everything last minute. But yeah. But I really like what you're doing, Prabhuji. It's so good. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we are kind of doing it, we have been doing it for a while, and to engage the youth, that's the main thing. Like Prabhupada always wanted the children to be Krishna conscious and to be in that part. And that's to engage ourselves, it's much easier, but to engage the children, the youth, it's very, very challenging in this day and age when there's so much distraction in this country. Also in India there are gurukuls and so many other things they learn. Now of course in cities it's different, but here it's even more difficult. So slipping out of hand is very easy. So at least even we have so many pastimes, just half a shlok, one word, they get delivered. So this is a good endeavor to read, recite, and reflect. Very nice, Prabhu. He's so thoughtful and
Yeah.
like to engage the next generation. Is really, really worth appreciating. Very nice.
Absolutely. And and for me though, Mataji, to engage an adult is even more difficult when they come to that age. So it's like even more harder than getting children. You can tell them, okay, come with me, sit down with me, do this, that. Adult, you cannot do anything. So like that's why I feel like obviously I missed my many things that I've not done right, but well, let's see what he does. I mean, he's a good lad. It's just he's not into Krishna consciousness. But
Maybe Prabhu is very good, like for icebreaker. I do not like today only. He asked me to pick me to do in a different tune, the same tune. Yeah, I don't. You all do all the time, Mataji. I don't engage, but he will just keep on. I shouldn't say nagging is not the right word, but he will keep on forcing. So it comes. It's maybe it's there, but it doesn't want to come out. But he has got that strength to make it come out. So youth also they would like I can understand adult children, it's tough, but Prabhu is so nice. So his aura and his energy would definitely like engage them, and that's we take it as an instruction from Krishna that it came in his heart to engage them. So it will be really very nice. Yeah, he would be able to do it, Mataji. And yeah, Vishwa, we saw him on the house program, and he's very good and nice, and like Krishna wanted, he thinks he's ready, so Krishna just wanted the thing to start with him. So definitely he would do well, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
It was like very helpful, like when he came to your home.
Yeah.
He was always.
he does all that. He's a good lad, but he's not into this. I mean, even like last week as well, he's not used to reading any words like that, so it doesn't come to him. But we'll see. And because he leaves things to the last minute, I don't know whether it's a boy thing or what, but then I can't prepare him. So it's like, okay, you'll have to do things on your own as much as possible and try and get understanding from what you, so that's what I told him.
We'll slowly get into that one, Mataji. So I think everyone has got that fire. It will be awakened in due course of time.
We
And
do service in May, isn't it?
Yeah, Janmashtami, he does, yeah.
Mm.
But that's it. That's how I started as well. I just used to do it, come home. And he would spend whole days there, 3 days. But yeah, that's it.
So this is the next step, Mataji. So Krishna, he has done served Krishna, and then he is ready. If Prabhu is asking that he will be able to do it. Just once they do it, the barrier breaks, and then we all start one day, and then the barrier breaks, and then Krishna we become the instrument, and Krishna just helps. It's like that from personal experience. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, so we shall move on to the next part, Shri Brahma Samhita.
And just Prabhu, I know because I might not be there till the end. We have to leave for a temple. Just the announcement that tomorrow it's Snan Yatra, the normal Snan Yatra, and the Krishna Club also. There we are doing Snan Yatra. The Rath Yatra won't be now. It will be end of in July. But Snan Yatra we are doing on the same day. So we have got like small deities of devotees, like personal deities. So if the queue is big and you have got elderly relatives or family who do not want to stand in the queue for the actual Snan Yatra, it becomes very, very big. And sometimes, it's difficult for them to stand. So they can come and do the bathing here. We will be doing it till quarter to 11, from 8 a.m. to quarter to 11. So just in the opposite hall, the Prashadam hall. So if just an invitation, if anybody wants to come with their elderly parents or anybody, then they can come and bathe in the Jagannath deities. It's just the same, like the same water and everything we use. It's only same. It's just for the Krishna Club. But of course, it's extended after that to public also. But because it's a Seva hall, Prashadam hall, we have to vacate the hall by 11. So we just finish at quarter to 11. Just wanted to mention that. Hare Krishna.
Great. Thank you, Mataji. Any other updates? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Shri Brahma Samhita. So Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. So Shri Brahma Samhita establishes all Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead and His glories, everything. So this particular shloka, 37, it is one of the jewels of Brahma Samhita shlokas. आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभिः ताभिर्ययेव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So Krishna is enjoying in his Nijarupa, the original form. Many people have got in this real experience. When we are going outside, we do makeups in the trains and buses, so many things. They will dress very nicely. But when comes home, they will be having the real form once they wash their face and then taking bath. So face, that is Nijrupa. See Krishna in the Golok Vrindavan, he has got two-handed form, that is Nijrupa. And by his expansions, so many other Prabhava, Vaibhava expansions, they have got different features, different mellows. But here Krishna is full-fledged, completely, the Purnam. There he enjoys with all the tabihi, gopis and everyone with so many artistic activities while they are serving the Lord. He enjoys there. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabihi ताभीज एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So did anyone learn this shloka? I think we have been in 3 weeks so far. Anyone gave it a try to remember at least one line? Asha,
Prabhuji, I'm not very good at memorizing, but I know words here and there. I'll try again.
you can just look and recite, Mataji.
Let me do it with heart first, see what I can remember. Something about Anand, Chinmaya, Rasam.
You look at
Okay.
one, Mataji.
Okay, yeah.
And
Anand,
then
Chinmaya,
second
Rasa,
time.
Pratibhavita, Behita, Behya, Eva, Nijarupataya, Egoloka, Eva, Nivastikala. Okay. Anand Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabihi Tabhi Eva something Nijarupataya Kalabhihi Golokam Eva Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Very beautiful. Yes,
Something.
very nice.
Not done in tune, but the words, yeah.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Asha, Mataji, you want to try, Mataji?
I can only recite by looking.
Yes, Mataji. You try first, Mataji.
Okay. आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रदीपाविताभिस् ताभिर्य एव निज रूपदया कलाभिः कोलोग एव निवसत्य अखिलात्मपूदो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
So beautiful. You want to try without looking, Mataji?
Can we try one? I'll try. आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रदीपाविस् आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रदीपाविस् ताभिर्य रज एज रज एव कलाभिः. Sorry, bro. That's all I remember. Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can only remember first 2 lines.
Sure, Mataji. Third line also you can remember, Mataji.
I'll have a look and I'll try.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रदीपाविर् ताभिरेव रूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवदश्य. Sorry, bro. That's all I can remember.
Very nice, Mataji. You have tried your level best. And last line, Mataji.
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Excellent. You did. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone wanted to recite? Gauringi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. May I, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Usha Mataji. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. आनन्दचिन्मय रसप्रतिभाविताभिः ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very
Hare
beautiful.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Mataji. Meena Mataji.
Sorry, I'm just going.
Sure, Mataji.
Can do it. Just try.
Yes, Mataji.
आनन्दचिन्मय प्रतिभाविताभिस्तभीरये एव निजारूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसस्ति अखिल आत्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Karange Mataji, are you available to recite?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I cannot Prabhuji without looking.
Yes, sure, Mataji. Whatever you can look. Mataji.
Yeah, I have a look. Then I decided it's okay, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभान्वितारे तावीर्यैव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोकैव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूता गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very nice, so beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Angma Mataji, would you like to try?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Even me, I wouldn't able to do it without looking, Prabhuji.
Yes, sure, Mataji.
आनंद चिन्मय रसा प्रतिभा आनंद चिन्मय रसा प्रतिभा ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Samhita Mataji, wanted to tell Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Let me try without looking. आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाभिताभिः ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very beautiful, very nice. So,
First time, Prabhu. First time I just managed without looking.
Very nice, Mataji. You're able to do that. And would you like to read the translation, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhu. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Golaka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency, possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confident Sakhis, embodiment of the extension of a bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa. श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की जय. श्री जीव गोस्वामी भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so in the last sessions, we have been discussing these 64 artistic activities. And also we have covered one paragraph. And then we shall continue reading further, next paragraph onwards. So can I request devotees take a turn to read this paragraph, please? Anyone would like to read the first paragraph?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
From the conclusions just stated, it is clear that there is no distinction between the visible and non-visible pastimes. The Apostle Jiva Goswami, in his commentary on this sloka, as well as in the gloss of Ujjwal Nilamani and in Krishna Sandarbha remarks, that the visible pastimes of Krishna are the creation of his chit spiritual potency. Being in conjunction with the reference to mundane function, they exhibit certain features which seem to be true by the influence of the limiting potency Maya, but this cannot exist in the transcendental reality. The destruction of demons, illicit paramourship, birth, etc. are examples of this peculiarity. The gopis are the extensions of the ecstatic energy of Krishna and so are exceptionally his own. How can there be illicit connection in their case? The illicit mistressship of the gopis found in his visible pastime is but the mundane reflection of the transcendental reality. The hidden meaning underlying the words of Sri Jiva Goswami, when it is made explicit, will leave no doubt in the minds of the readers. Sri Jiva Goswami is our preacher of transcendental truth, so he is always under the influence of Sri Rupa and Sanatana. Moreover, in the pastimes of Krishna, Sri Jiva is one of the Manjaris, so he is conversant with all transcendental realities. Hare Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, the summary of this paragraph, it is like the transcendental nature is unlimited. That especially in the Goloka Vrindavan. Whenever Krishna has appeared here in this material world, he brings that Goloka into the earth, that is Earthly Vrindavan. So where Radharani mentions that without this Govardhana and these mountains, I cannot be separated from the Vrindavana. So then Krishna has manifested them unto the earth as well. ये यथाभिवर्तन्ते पुर्योः भगवतः प्रियाः तास्तन्ति वैकुण्ठे तत्तत् लीलार्धमादृताः. So in order to perform Krishna's pastimes, he manifests all of those abodes unto the earth. They are very dear to the Lord. Okay, so that is the summary of it. And whenever he has manifested, it is not possible that all the transcendental pastimes of the Goloka are manifested on the earth. It is because this material world is limited. Of course, the Lord is inconceivable, but for our mundane eyes, we would see very few, and it appears that it is inconceivable for us. So this one here, Srila in the Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami describes there also. This is Ya Yata Bhivartante Puryoho Bhagavataha Priyaha Tas Tata Sante Vaikunte Tattat Liladhamadritaha. The words of the Godhead in the material world, such as Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula, are facsimiles representing the abodes of Godhead in the kingdom of God, Vaikuntha Dhama. The unlimited spiritual atmosphere of that Vaikuntha Dhama is far above and beyond the material cosmos. This is confirmed in the Swayambhuva Tantra in a discussion between Lord Shiva and Parvati regarding the effect of chanting mantra of 14 syllables. There it is stated, Nana kalpa lata kinam vaikuntam vyapakam smaret adha samyam gunanam cha prakritihi sarva karanam. So here it is mentioned. Anyone would like to read this paragraph? Asha Mataji, would you?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mataji was who? Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, read
Okay.
Mataji. That paragraph.
While, while chanting the mantra, one should always remember the spiritual world, which is very extensive and full of desire trees that can yield anything one desires. Below that Vaikunta, below that Vaikunta region, it is the potential material energy, which causes the material manifestation. The places of the pastime of Lord Krishna such as Dwaraka, Madura, and Vrindavana, eternally and independently exist in Krishna Loha. They are the actual abodes of Lord Krishna, and there is no doubt that they are situated above the material cosmic manifestation.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is mentioned, this is unlimited, one point. Unlimited spiritual atmosphere of that Vaikuntha is far above the beyond material cosmos. That is when we see here in this one, coming back to in the material world, we would see few things, those pastimes. But here, when other people are seeing with mundane eyes, they think that okay, these gopis are not belonging to Krishna, and there is that relationship is not right, something like that. But they are all associates of the Lord in the Golok Vrindavana. They're all serving. Okay, and here, this is the destruction of the demons. There are no demons existing in the Golok Vrindavan, and there is no illicit paramourship. There is no birth. These are not the activities of the transcendental world. These are the peculiarity of that. This cannot exist in transcendent, but they would exist in the material world only. That Racharya is describing that. The hidden meaning underlying the words of the Sri Jiva Goswami, when it is made explicit, will have no doubt in the minds of the readers. See, here our Acharyas, they have gone through all the scriptures and come to, and are not only the scriptures, they're all the manjaris. They are part of the Krishna's pastimes, one of the manjaris of gopis. So again, there are in the it is described Radharani has got Ashtasakis, and each Saki they have got their own group of manjaris, and each manjari have got another set of their own of. Likewise, our acharyas, we serve our spiritual master, he serves his spiritual master, like that. Okay, everything is connected. So he is conversant with all the transcendental qualities. Okay, that is what we can take it from here. And in the Ujjwala Neelamani, that Rupa Goswami has given so many of those scriptures, and Vidagdha Madhava, Ujjwala Neelamani, and that gives most beautiful inner pastimes of Krishna and Radharani and gopis. Okay, so, but we will, when we get an opportunity, we will go through them as well. Okay, so that is from that paragraph. Any other comments from dear devotee? Okay, so we shall move to the next paragraph. Can I request another devotee to read?
May I
Hare
read?
Krishna Prabhu.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
Mataji.
Mataji.
No, Mataji, you can read.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you. There are some who, being unable to understand the drift of his statements, give meanings of their own invention and indulge in useless controversies. Sri Rupa and Sanatana says that there is no real and essential distinction between the Leelas, visible and non-visible. The only distinction lies in this, that one is manifest in the mundane sphere, whereas the other is not so. In the supermundane manifestation, there is absolute purity in the seer and the seen. A particularly fortunate person, when he is favored by Krishna, can sake of worldly shakeless and connection enter the transcendental region after attaining the realized taste of the varieties of rasa that is available during the period of novitiate. Only such a person can have a view and taste of the perfect and absolutely pure Leela of Goloka. Such receptive natures are rarely to be found. He who exists in the mundane sphere can also realize the taste of Chit Rasa by the grace of Krishna by being unable to attain the realized state of service. Such a person can have a view of the pastime of Goloka manifested in the mundane Leela of Gokula. There is certainly a difference between these two classes of eligible seekers of the truth. Until one attains the perfectly transcendental stage, he must be hampered by his lingering limitation in his vision of the pastime of Goloka. Again, the vision of the transcendental reality varies according to the degree of self-realization. The vision of Goloka must also vary accordingly. Hare Krishna. Rup Goswami ki jai. Sri Mataji. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Thank you, Mataji. Sanjita Mataji, would you like to give any insight, Mataji? Sanjita Mataji? Jai Mataji?
Oh, Prabhuji. From my limited understanding of this, what I can understand is that because these pastimes are always happening in the spiritual world, but in the mundane world, when it does happen, then it all also depends on how the devotee, how pure that devotee is. So the purity in the seer and the scene, I quite like that, but I'm not sure if that is my understanding. That then only with the mercy of Krishna, then he allows that devotee to see those pastimes, because these are no ordinary pastimes, even though they're happening here. Only some people who are devotees can see it. And then there it says that because whoever are seeing it also, they have got different limitations. So there is one person may, it's like that example that we were given before, that train that comes, one sees one bit of a train, the other sees another bit of a train. So it all depends on their perception, their limitations as well. So to a certain degree, how much they can see as well. But Prabhuji, I will need to reread it again.
So just one point. For example, when we go to the temple, we have got a deities here in the temple, Radha Gokulananda. Devotees are there singing and dancing. Everything is so blissful and happy. And there are so many goddess of fortunes. They're also engaging in chanting and doing kirtan and dancing. If anyone is attracted by the sensual things towards any opposite gender, then immediately they will fall down. Fall down in the sense they need to get married and go into taking something else. But if it is not taking place, or if they are staying just like engaging, continuing their life, they feel that ecstasy and happiness the rest of the life, at least for the window of this mundane visibility for our mundane eyes. This is what we see. But in the eternally, though there are also many of those devotees of the Lord. It is mentioned येषां बृहत्कटितदाः स्मितशोभिमुख्यः कृष्णात्मानं नरज आदुः उस्मयाध्यायैः. They're also engaging in those pastimes, but there is no associations like the illicit relationships. It is an eternal relationships only with Krishna, but many of them, this is how we experience. Here in this material world, we see a glimpse how happy it is in the temple. Everyone are respecting each other, having nice smiles, uh, occupied with everyone with different services. Okay, so that is one just a glimpse, and that one in the Golok Vrindavan it is unlimited.
Yes, Prabhuji, in the previous paragraph, it was written, what you just said about that in the previous paragraph, it said that, the gopis are the extensions of the ecstatic energy of Krishna. So they actually all are exceptionally his own somewhere. There, the sixth line above. Yeah, the gopis are the extension. So what you just said about, that relationship was pure. It's always considered as pure there, and but
yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, you had asked me to say at that time. My hands were engaged. I couldn't unmute and say. My apologies. Yes, Jay Mataji has nicely summarized. So basically, it's what you had earlier engaged. Like Radharani, she wanted to come here when all the things that were happening in Golok Vrindavan, they are like manifested here, like the Brahmachala Parvat, Yamuna, Giriraj, and all that, all his Sakhis and Manjaris, like that. So that's how it has manifested here. So it says for us to enjoy that, like the Chidarasa, like the like Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. So it's like the Satchidananda that ecstatic and the spiritual pure rasa. We have to be like in. So this is one term, and there's another term. A variety of rasa that is available during the period of novitiate, like novitiate means like novice, we say, like beginners. So initially there are five, the different dasya, sakya, shanta, madhurya, vatsalya, all these different rasas are there. So it's all available, but slowly as we meditate on Krishna, as we um, go deeper into our transcendental love, these gets eliminated, and the bhava for each bhakta, it becomes different. Like the four kumaras, they were always, they wanted to be in the shanta rasa, always peaceful, just they didn't want to engage into anything. Yashoda, Matashi, Devaki, they were in the vatsalya. Many people we see worship Gopal, so they have that vatsalya rasa. Some have like the sakhya rasa, feeling as Sudama, like they think Krishna is the friend. Some are like they as it separates and goes further up, like in ISKCON, Prabhupada like wants us to be serving is the dasanudas, like servant of the servant of the servant. So that's the mood, like as a dasya. But the elevated devotees like the six Goswamis and all, they were in, like they were the manjaris and gopis. We heard once, like who is what. So they are at the madhurya rasa, like they are in the nitya lila, in the nikunja, the confidential lila, where only the Radha Krishna and the gopis are present. It's in the nikunj. So that's what he said, like the pastimes they manifest. Of course, most of it has manifested in the Mandan Leela, in the Gokul, land of Gokul and Vrindavan. But based on our limitations, until one attains perfectly transcendental stage, he must be hampered by lingering limitations. So, like, if a mind is not pure, and if you try to visualize the Ras Leela pastime, Prabhupada mentioned, like, you don't go to the Canto 10 immediately, and especially those chapters 29, 30 and all, because we have, a mind has got limitation. We might not be able to understand how Krishna is able to dance with so many gopis at the same time, fulfilling their desires. So we that it's a limitation. So it comes gradually. So again, the vision of the transcendental reality varies according to the degree of self-realization. As much is the bhava that is inside, that appears in the Atma, how is the Paramatma is guiding. I mean, it guides every soul in a different way. So the rasas are different, and the mellows, each devotee understands it's in a completely different taste. So that's why the vision of the Goloka must be very accordingly. So that why is like those who are in the like Lakshmi, opulent, they see Krishna as Vishnu, Lakshmi Narayan, and in the south it's mostly prevalent there. In West Bengal, if you see, like, as territories, it's like more in the the Viraharas, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that. In West, if you see, it's more with the Vatsalya, because the Pushti Marg, they worship Gopal and Srinathji, and it's more with Vatsalya, like that. So and Vrindavan, of course, it's the Madhurya Ras, they are the worship, of course, and the Bal Leelas as well. So Vatsalya. So like that, if you see those, how it comes out like that. Just some thoughts, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have a question, what Mataji just said. So absolutely PhD class. Thank you, Mataji. My question is, so when Arjun sees the Virat Swarup here, or Yashoda Mataji also saw similar. But so is it because then the Lord wanted, obviously, for them only to see those? Because it says a particular fortunate person when he's favored by Krishna. So would that count like that, or no, maybe?
So Krishna showed the universe within his mouth to Mother Yashoda. Is that the one Mataji wanted to know?
Yes, yeah, so that, and then Virat Swarup to Arjun, because they are happening on this earthly planet, he chose them to show them that form. So would that count as that he chooses those people where it says fortunate person when he's favored by Krishna, then they can enter into that transcendental region? Or is my understanding wrong there? Probably is, yes.
So that Virat Rupa, it is a temporary manifestation. It is not permanent. It is just only to show his inconceivable potencies to his devotees. That's all. But actually, they're all temporary manifestations. But एतद्रूपं भगवतो हि अरूपस्य चिदात्मनः अरूपस्य चिदात्मनः माया गुणैर्विरचितं महदादिविरात्मनि Sukadeva Sutta Goswami, he says 1.3 Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto. There he says that third chapter, I think was shloka number 30. Arupasya Chatmasa, this is third canto. एतद्रूपं भगवतो हि अरूपस्य चिदात्मनः माया गुणैर्विरेचितं महदादिविरात्मनि. Wanted to read some translation, Mataji.
Yeah. The conception of the Virat, universal form of the Lord, as appearing in the material world is imaginary. It is to enable the less intelligent and neophytes to adjust to the idea of the Lord's having form, but factually the Lord has no material form. Yes, Hare Krishna. Oh, okay. The conception of the Lord known as the Vishwaroop or the Virat Roop is particularly not mentioned along with the various incarnations of the Lord, because all the incarnations of the Lord mentioned above are transcendental and there is not a tinge of materialism in their bodies. There is no difference between the body and self as there is in the conditioned soul. The Virat Roop is conceived for those who are just neophyte worshippers. For them, the material Virat Roop is presented and it will be explained in the second canto. In the Virat Roop, the material manifestations of different planets have been conceived as his legs, hands, etc. Actually, all such descriptions are for the neophytes. The neophytes cannot conceive of anything beyond matter. The material conception of the Lord is not counted in the list of his factual forms. As Paramatma or Supersoul, the Lord is within each and every material form, even within the atoms, but the outward material form is but an imagination, both for the Lord and for the living being. The present forms of the conditioned souls are also not factual. The conclusion is that the material conception of the body of the Lord is, as Virat is imaginary. Both the Lord and the living beings are living spirits and have original spiritual bodies. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is for conditioned souls, how to see the Lord, and just to give the imagination. So okay, these are the Pathaloka is his shanks, his feet, and then later gradually the sky, and this is the head like that. And the head and his head, Lord Brahma situated. So just giving an idea. So because they only know about the mundane world. So here, Sukadeva Goswami says, Itam bhavena katito Bhagavan Bhagavatamaha na itam bhavena hi param drashtumarhanti surayaha. The great transcendentalist does describe the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this one, after describing Virat Rupa form of the Lord, Sukadeva Goswami says, but the pure devotees deserve to see more glorious things in transcendence beyond these features. So for example, father comes with children. Children are very small, younger. Then father says, look at, I have got so much of wealth. I have got these palaces. I have got so much of land. I got so many of crowns. What do children do with them? But children, they're innocent children, babies, like for example, babies, 1 year, 2 year children, they don't understand. They need the love of the father. There, when you have got personal relationship, they enjoy. That is how the real relationship exists. But when the children are, when they are absorbed in the materialism, oh, this one I can utilize that one for my enjoyment, then that is how they were separated from the Lord. And later on, okay, my father means this land, my father means this assets, this house, my father means he is the benedictions giver, in so many other conceptions. That will go. But here, pure devotees deserve to see more glorious things in transcendence beyond these features of the Virata form. So here in this Virata form, Sukadeva Goswami was mentioning uh, all other material ingredients are getting formed. This one is again, Virata form was described in the second canto, the first few chapters, and also later on the 10th chapter. is some of the information. That's why it covers all subject matters. Atri sargo visargasya sthanam poshinamutayah manvantar ishankato nirodha mukti rashrayah. It starts from around the 10th sloka about the Virat descriptions of the Virata form. When the supreme desired to speak, the speeches were vibrated from the mouth. Then the controlling deity fire was generated from the mouth. But when he was lying in the water, all these functions remained suspended. So these descriptions of the Virata form. The same descriptions we also see in the third canto, the 26th chapter, in more detail, step by step. Okay, that is Virata form. But devotees later on, after showing his Virata form to Arjuna or universe within his mouth to Yashoda, again he has taken back all those forms. And then again he back to normal, the same Krishna, two-handed form of Krishna. Then Arjuna was pleasing to see that he was mentioning, what is that one? Let me just, he says that the 11th chapter, after seeing this form of the Lord, after seeing the universal form, Arjuna, he was very pleased to see so evam etad, what is that one? I think it is so long. Can anyone say this? Drishtva. So Krishna says, so Sudadarsham idam rupam drishtavanasi yanmamam devapi yasya rupasya nityam darshana kankchinaham. Arjuna was very pleased, like Drishtvedam Manusham Rupam Tav Saumyam Janardhana Idanim Asmi Samvrittaha Sachetaha Prakritim Gataha. It is Prakritim Gataha. That universal form, it is Prakriti. So when Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "Oh Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind, and I am restored to my original nature." This is Drishtva idam manusham rupam tava saumyam Janardana. It is the very beautiful saumyam, very, very beautiful form. Idanim asmi samvrittaha. And then sachetaha. And then later Krishna, he also confirms that one. Suddharsham idam rupam drishtavanasi yanmama devapi asya rupasya nityam darshana kankchinaha. Everyone wanted to see my form in my original form all the time. He says, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear." Again, there is further descriptions of it. So Krishna's beautiful form, the two-handed form, that is only available for the devotees. And coming back to this shloka here, Yashodama, after seeing that one, just only she has thought, but later coming back to the normal, seeing that what is my Krishna's Yogamaya spread over Yashodama consciousness. And then she became again normal. It is my lovely baby, my Krishna, like that. That loving relationship is established. Similarly, Arjuna also. Immediately when he was seeing that universal form, he was folding his hands and then he is offering his obeisances from the front and from the back and sides in all directions. Oh Krishna, I have been thinking with that as my friend, please forgive me if I have made any mistakes, any offenses. Likewise, like a father forgives the child, you please forgive me all these things. And then he has been offering all those prayers. And then after Krishna shows his original form, and then now Arjuna is now being relaxed. Oh Krishna, I am now relieved from all kinds of anxiety. It is so beautiful. That is the original position. Sachetaha prakritim gataha. There, that form is the Virata form is the temporary. Original forms we have got now our original spiritual bodies at the moment. They are covered by the material nature or material ingredients, but we are all having our spiritual bodies. We belong to Krishna in the Golokarunda. Somewhere or other we have come into this material world, again coming together as devotees, and that devotional service to Lord, it is eternal, it is fixed in our spiritual bodies after leaving these bodies, entering into the Goloka realm. That is a little glimpse of information. Hare Krishna Mata.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any other questions? So I think there is, we shall read next paragraph and then we stop. You can request any other devotee to read next paragraph, please. Mr. Mataji, are you available?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It is only those fettered souls who are excessively addicted to the worldliness that are devoid of the devotional eye. Of them, some are enmeshed by the variegatedness of the deluding energy, while others aspire after self annihilation under the influence of centrifugal knowledge. Though they might have a view of mundanely manifested pastimes of the Supreme Lord, they can have only a material conception of those visible pastimes, these conceptions being devoid of transcendental reality. Hence, the realization of Golok appears in the proportion of the eligibility due to the degree of one's self realization. The underlying principle is that though Goloka is as holy and free from the dross as Goloka, still it is manifested on the mundane plane by the influence of the Chit potency, Yog Maya. In visible and non-visible matters of transcendental regions, there is no impurity, contamination, or imperfection inherent in the world of limitation. Only there is some difference in the matter of realization in proportion to the self-realization of the seekers about the Absolute. Impurity, unwholesomeness, foreign elements, illusion, nascence, unholiness, utter inadequacy, insignificance, grossness. These pertain to the eye, intellect, mind, and ego, stultified by the material nature of conditioned souls. They have nothing to do with the essential nature of the transcendence. The more one is free from those blots, the more is one capable of realizing the unqualified absolute. Truth has been revealed by the scriptures, is free from dross. But the realizations of the seeker of knowledge of these realities are with or without flaw in accordance to the degree of their individual realization. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Would you like to give any takeaway points, Mataji, from there?
No, Prabhu. I'm just in a rush into
Yes, sure,
lack
Mataji.
of time. Hare Krishna.
Any other comments? Usha Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry,
Mhm.
Prabhu, it's so deep, I can't explain, Prabhu.
Yeah, would you like to highlight any points, Mataji, from this paragraph?
So what is the Prabhu self-realization? How about that Goloka facing proportion of eligibility due to the degree of one's self-realization? So Prabhu, I couldn't gather the things, Prabhu. I can't explain. Sorry, Prabhu.
Okay, maybe even take a line and then just reflect, Mataji.
So that is that one is not like Sanchita Mataji, no Prabhu. He sees so good and says, can explain so nicely. The pastime of the Supreme Lord, like a manifested pastime of the Supreme Lord. So, though they might have a more poor, mundanely manifested pastime of the Supreme Lord, who have like a devotional eye, that I think that no, Prabhu, I can't put together everything, Prabhu.
That's all right, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Just
you, Prabhu.
right. Thank you. Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
You want to highlight any points, Mataji?
No, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, again, it's very... So, I don't know as much as Sanchita Mataji, but the first line actually is quite really nice. It's saying that those souls who are addicted to worldliness, so who are really into material sense gratification, then they are devoid of the devotional eye, because then for them the devotion will come a bit less. Because they are too much involved in sense gratification. So again, it's how much we put in, it's like anything, how much sugar we put into something, that's how sweet it will become. So our efforts, there is a mention of all our anarthas here, so many anarthas that we need to get rid of before we can even get a glimpse of something. So until then, everything will be limited for us. And all the pastimes, everything will be happening in purity, but we will not be able to see that, because our own heart, our own, everything is covered with material and anarthas. So we will not be able to see the pure transcendental nature, the love and the pastimes that are happening. And so it says that when one is free from these blots, and then there is a mention of the blots, then we will be able to purify. Once we have purified ourselves, then we will be able to get closer, because until then the Maya will be covering us. And it says where the realization of Golaka appears in proportion to eligibility due to the degree of one's self-realization. So that self-realization only comes when we when we do our devotional service and we really put some effort, our bhav, our faith, our sadhana into it, and then slowly our bhakti, that will take us. And once we get that, then only we will be able to understand. So it says once you are cleared of all those blots, then you would be able to see it properly with your with your mind. Something like that, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. A very beautifully summarized. Yes, once Bhogaishwari Prasaktanam Tayapakruta Chetasam Vyavasayatmaka Buddhihi Samadho Navidhiyate. So when engaged in sense gratification or any of material enjoyment, then the progress to devotional service does not take place much. He's now covered, just like the fire is covered by so much of wraps. Then we cannot see the real fire. We have to remove everything, all the ashes on top of the tree, so much of dirt. Remove the dirt, remove the ashes, then we would see the real fire. This is Cheto Darpanamarjanam. Then one would see the absolute truth. Okay, so this is just purifying. This is devotional service. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. By rendering service by very serious, rigorous devotional service. Not a casual devotional, but rigorous. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. एतावन्येव लोकेऽस्मिन् पुंसां निःश्रेयसोदयः तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन मनोमयि अर्पितं स्थिरम्. Kapil Bhagavan says that one manomay arpitam stiram, completely rendering devotional service unto me. And Krishna also said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Whatever you do, yat karosh, yat dasnas, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapaspasi kaunteya, kurushu madarpanam. You do everything only unto me. This is called Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. Everything only to Krishna, not for any of, with no reservations. No more reservations. Spiritualize the life. That is spiritualizing the life. Not that we are seeing devotional service separately from our materialistic life. Spiritualize the life, material life. That is how we make it. Then we would see ye tamam prapadyante tam sadaiva bhajamyaham mama vatman vattante manushyaha padda sarvashaha. It's a beautiful here. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, Jiva Goswami, the words are very, very bit high level. So impurities, unwholesomeness, foreign elements, illusion, nescience, unholiness, utter inadequacy, insignificant, grossness. And these are very tricky words have been used in a number of places of this Brahma Samhita. But in a very plain words, like we need to do, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, Yajeta Purusham Param, one has to worship. When there is a complication, when complexity, just like as we have seen, Varahadeva's appearance, Savajra Kota, Ganipata Vega, Visid Kukshi, Stanoyan Dhanwan, Usurustadir Gurmi Bhujirivataha, Chukro Regneshwara Patimeti. The mood of the Varaha Bhagavan, if we would see through the sound vibrations of the verses how they have composed. In the similar way, the Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, how rigorous devotional service it could be. So that is mentioned here through the highly elevated words by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, Jiva Goswami. How complicated it, complex it would be. Okay, but in a simple words, it is Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. We need to take it as serious, though it is simply plain. As Krishna spiritualize the life, then it will become smoother. Okay, that is a few takeaway points. Okay, we shall stop there. And request the devotees if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything, any reflections or comments, kindly ask, kindly share, or kindly comment. Otherwise, we shall conclude our session. Okay, no questions. Then we shall conclude and continue further japa.
Shall we say 3 Hari Bols to Prabhuji, Sanchita Mataji, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Haribol.
Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu.
Devotees,
Hari
thank you so
Bol,
much.
Hari Bol.
It's a
Thank you,
wonderful
Prabhu.
journey.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hallelujah, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Koti Vaishnava.
अनन्तकोटि
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद
वैष्णववृन्दे
की जय।
Jai. Hare Krishna.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण